What we did in our last session is we talked about the horizontal alignment, and we end up with a project which looks like this. It was the last practice. I hope you have it because it's very important, because we want to continue from this point. What we did here, we load the text file of this point, these points which I sent you, it's called topo.txt, and seen the point. And then we inserted the block of a DWG of these break lines here. And you know what? I give it this color so it will be in the background, but maybe, okay, maybe now it's better. Let's take the contours back. Okay, so these break lines, we entered it as a block, we exploded it, and then we use topography lines to filter. We use topography line to filter the break lines. Actually, what we did, we filtered the T break lines layer into here, and then we created the surface using the topography contours. This is what we did. I hope this is clear. Then what we did, we created two alignments. One, you see there's an existing road here, this one. What I did, I said, let's expand this road, make it wider. So I started from the junction, went along, and use this line, this tangent, this tangent, connected this curve here in the center, and then use the other road from here, the regular polyline. This is a new link between this existing road and this existing road. I hope this is clear. I hope you got it. And I hope you're in the same position, because I want to continue my training from here. For my understanding, let's ask Tamir. Tamir, any questions? Is what I've shown last time, is it clear? Do you have this surface? Tamir? If you want to speak up, you have to unmute yourself. Tamir is not with us. I asked him where is. Adamo, are you in this same position? Meaning you have the topography points, you have the contour lines.
Yes.
Yes, you're.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. So Tamir, we don't know, but with Adamo, we know. Okay. Let me ask Mr. Amir. Amir, do you have the surface? Is it okay?
Not exactly.
Can you?
Sorry? You don't have this surface? These contour lines? Mr. Amir?
That's all I work for it.
You don't have it.
I have it, but
okay.
not
Okay, good. So if you have it, it's very good. Thanks. By the way, again, I'm here to convey my information, my knowledge. Any question, this is the time. Feel free to ask me. Believe me. Okay. Okay. All right, so I stopped with, we entered this horizontal alignment, and then we went into vertical alignment. In the vertical alignment, what we did, one second, I'm trying to move this so you can see. All right, this is the profile that we've done. Ignore, I did some additional function here, so please ignore it. But what's important here is that I use this to design my road. By the way, I want to show you a trick, a nice trick. Let me do something, it's confused you. I did some additional thing here. Okay. So I want to show you a few things. First of all, I want to show you another nice trick. If, for example, this is my curve, let's stretch it. I will stretch it to here. Let's say this is my design. I want to show you a trick. Oh, here, for example. Sorry. Here. Me off the object snap. Yeah, here. Let's see it. Okay. This is my design. Now I want my curve to go through a specific point. So it means that the IP will remain the same, but the curve would be, the length of the curve will be calculated automatic, so it will go through a specific point. I'm using this button here. You see it on here, on the left, lower left point corner of the design center line, arc through point. First of all, I'm marking the curve itself. This is the curve number 4, right? This is 387.9 meter from the start, which is this one, 387.9. We see it the same. Then I click the button and I tell the software where I want my curve to move through. Let me use object snap. And let's say from here. See what happened here. The 2T, the length of the curve change, so it will ensure that it goes through this point. I press escape and press apply, then the drawing will be updated accordingly. I hope you got it. Again, I mark the line, the vertical curve, pick the point. For example, now I'm on this one, and said I want my curve to go through a specific point. Let's say this one. Click the point. When the software calculates the 2T, the change, I press escape and press apply, then the curve automatically goes to this location we've just seen. I hope you got it. If not, it's just tricks, it's not a must. Let me go to my second road, because I change here. Since I changed here, this one, I want to take it up to this point. Okay. So now the two roads are at the same level. Excellent. Excellent. Fine. I'm pressing close, and I closed my window. Then if I go to horizontal roads, horizontal alignment, and press apply again, and mark all this, the design that I did in the profile will be reflected here. You see, all the elevation from the fourth profile were projected here. See, 13.65 time, all the elevation along the center line are here. Also, I see the distance between the sections, the distance to the tangent, and so on and so forth. And I also see the peak point. Peak point is here. This is the peak point of the vertical curve. I hope you follow. Any questions about that before I'm going into cross sections? Any questions about that? Because I'm gonna go deep inside into cross sections, so just let me know if you have any questions now. Guys, ladies, any questions? This is the time, don't be shy. No. Even if you don't understand the word of what I'm explaining, let me know. I will re-explain. It's important. No questions. Okay, okay, fine. So, with the agenda that I showed you, I'm gonna start with cross sections. Roads, cross sections. See what happened. The entire environment changed. The entire environment changed. Just for your understanding, the drawing is here beneath. It's a new window. It's a new window, which I can always open from here. Okay? It's a different window. On the right, let's look at the window. The window is separated into 4 sections. This is the drawing section. This is the list of cross sections section. This is the lower left table, and this is the lower right table. So there are 4 sections more or less. I will start. Okay, sorry, my mistake. Make sure. I will start. This is something that it's some practice which I did before we started, so ignore it. I will start by pressing the option button, this button on the right, with the hand. I'm pressing it. And what I'm gonna do here is to ensure that I'm working with something that's called DH. I'm working with something that I call DH and not elevation. What is the difference? What is the difference? DH, it means that the elevation for the design will be relatively to the profile. Again, what we are designing is according to our profile, according to our vertical alignment. While elevation is entering the elevation ground level as absolute figures. So I think it was Doreen that asked me earlier if I'm calculating between 2 roads, which the design I got it from someone else, just to calculate volumes, then I will use elevation. This time around, I'm the designer. I've already defined my profile, so I'm using DH, and I will use a template to design my cross sections. So again, I'm pressing the option button, coming here, and making sure that I'm using DH. Even if what I explained is not so clear, still, you can just make sure, very, very important, first thing that you do, right, press the option and change here to DH and press OK. The next thing is to design, the list of sections, list of cross sections. You see on the right, It's empty. Now the default was 25 meters. This is what we used. But now we are going into details, so I'm pressing here. Define sections. And the system tells me, okay, which format? We are using format 2. Remember that format 2 is how the sections appears on the layout. Either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 0 plus 0, 25, and so on and so forth. We are starting from the beginning of the road. We are ended up by the end of the road. The software automatically calculates the length. The length is 534.13 meter. The distance between cross section is 25 meter. If I'm okay, I'm pressing okay here. Here it is. This is the list. All the cross sections, I see it here. I can flip between them by clicking on each one of them. For example, I click here, 0 plus 75, you can see on the top. It says 0 plus 0.25, and this is the elevation of the profile at 0 plus 75. So on and so forth. I would stand on the first section, very important, and then I want to get the existing ground level of all my sections. I'm pressing this button on the right. Get topo data for all sections. I'm clicking it. And here on the table, you say yes, and see what happened. The system went each 20-25 meter. This is the center line, and create cross sections 20 meter to the left, 20 meter to the right. On the lower left table, I will see the data. See, the system went on minus 0.28 from the center line, which is somewhere here. It found a break, and this is the elevation. Next one, next one, next one, next one, until minus 20. I mean, till minus 20. In fact, if I take you to the layout, what the system did, this is the beginning of the road. It went to the left until it found the break somewhere here, 20 centimeters to the left, and digitize the elevation. Continue, continue, continue. Just to remind you, we are working with a surface here. So if I show you the triangles, the system will go until it will find the triangle and digitize the elevation in the triangle. So first of all, digitize the point here at 0, then the next break, 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 until it went to minus 20 somewhere here, probably. I can measure, but it's not that important. So this is how this is, and then the system went to the right and did the same. Then go to the next section and did the same. And so on, so on, so forth. Just to, I asked the system to recreate the surface and now show us the triangles. So a lot of triangles here, we soon see them. So that's it. This is what we did here in the cross sections. One second. See, the triangles are being loaded. It's very heavy. A lot of triangles. Okay. These are the triangles. This is the surface. So if I go to triangles, now you can see. What you see here, that the system went from this cross section, you see this is the 20 cm. First of all, digitize this. After 20, remember, minus 20 cm, it found a break. Then another break here. Then another break here. Another break here, and so until it reached 20 meters to the left. And then it did the same to the right. So the result is what we are seeing in the cross sections. The result is what we are seeing in the cross section. Again, system digitize the elevation at 0, then 28 centimeters to the left, digitize elevation, so on and so forth. And this is the drawing, this is the result. Let's continue. Let's continue. Let's assume, for example, that I want to add another section, an intermediate section. I want to show you how agile it is. Here between 0.25 and 0.50. Just for you to understand, 0.25, 0.50 is somewhere here. Here somewhere I want to add the section. Let's say somewhere here. It's very simple. I'm going to the list, standing on 50, pressing enter in the keyboard, enter the name of the section. I will call it 0 plus 0.37, for example. And it's on 37 meters from the beginning. And that's it. I have a new section. Now it's empty because it don't have the existing ground level of this section. So I'm pressing get T again. Wait a minute. And that's it. I have the existing ground level of this section as well. In fact, I'll do it quickly just to let you know, it is now part of my layout. If I refresh the layout, you'll see that it will be created here somewhere. 37, 37. Where is it? Here it is. This is the 37 which I've created. It's my decision. Why here? Because it's important for me to create a section here. The most important thing is that you understand that this table is very agile. You can change it, do whatever you like with it. Okay, any questions so far? None. Any questions so far? Just stop me. If you raise hand, I don't see it, so just unmute and speak. No questions. Fine. So I have my cross sections. The next thing, I'm gonna start designing. I'm changing the lower left corner from existing to structure. We'll practice later on. We'll send you, I already sent you the practice. Give you time. I'm going into structure. So here I have the structure layer, and here I have the design. Design is also what we call Earthworks calculation. The Earthworks calculation, and this is the top layer. I'm starting from the center, and see how I walk. This is very important. I start from the center. Always design. I will not use a pre-made template. I will create my own template now. So first of all, I'm creating it on section number 0. You see on the right, I'm on section number 0. This is section number 0. And I'm starting with the structure layer designing my template. So I'm now on segment 0, offset 0, DH 0. Then, let's say I want to create a 2-lane road to the left, 2-lane to the right. So let's say 3.5 meters each lane, minus 7 meters altogether. This is my first segment, minus 7 meters to the left. I'm pressing enter. I'm not entering the DH, so I move with my arrow and go to the slope. What I'm doing is doing here. And in the slope, I'm entering the slope. From the center, I'm going minus 2.5%. And the software automatically cuts the elevation for me. So this is the first segment. The second segment is shoulders. 1.5 meters from the side of the asphalt. And again, it's minus 2.5%. And the same, now I'm going to the right. Again, 7 meters because it's to the right. And the slope is minus 2.5 because it's a camber. 1.5 meter, minus 2.5 for a camber. That's it. This is my template. Again, starting at 0, 0, which is the crown level, the center line level, going 7 meters to the right and 2.5%, 1.5 meter additional, 2.5%, then to the left, 7 meter, 2.5, 1.5 meter. Cover. I want to tell the software this -1 and +1 is the asphalt. So I'm clicking here, asphalt. How do I do it? Go to the cover, go to this cell, double click it, doing the same here. Click it, then double click, choosing asphalt. This is my template. Asphalt is the -7 and the 7. Let's apply. This is what I've done. 7 meters to the left, 2.5%. Asphalt, then additional 1.5 meter for shoulder. This is my carriageway. I started here 0, 0. This is the 0, 0 point. The 0, 0 point has been taken from the profile. And since I started almost at the ground level, it's almost at the ground level. Going to the right, doing the same, and that's it. But what I'm seeing here is not what I want, because I want to open it at 1 to 2. This is 0 straight. How do I do it? I'm going here to the slope, and I'm telling the software, if you are in cut like this situation, go and open the cut at 1 to 2. If you are filling, since this is a template, this is not a filling situation because I'm below the ground, but if I was in filling, I want the system also to go 1 to 2. And the same goes to the right side. Let's see the effect. Apply. Here it is. This is 1 to 2. Going, and this is the sticking ground point. This is the elevation. And the same goes here. So, this is how I define my section. Now I want to do the same.
Oh,
and
it's
to
cross session. Good. Hey.
Good morning. The one that is talking, please off your mic. The design ground level. Now I want to enter the Earthworks. How do I do it? This is the 0, 0 point. I know that my total structure is 60 cm. So I'm starting at the 0 point and I'm going 60 cm below. So it's minus 0.6 because it's in meter. What I did, went from here 60 cm. This is where I start my Earthworks. And my Earthworks, my design ground level, are going the same like the structure. 7 meters to the right, minus 2.5%. Sorry, minus 2.5. 1.5 meter, minus 2.5. Minus 7 to the left, minus 2.5, minus 1.5, minus 2.5. Actually, my structure is parallel. And closing the same, 1 to 2, 1 to 2. Of course, my Earthworks are the same like the structure, same slope. Let's see it. Here it is. From this point, 7 meter, 1.5 meter. This is my tall thickness. So this is how it closed. The same goes to the right. So this is my cross section. This is my cross section. This is my template. Any questions so far?
Yes, I have a question, please.
Yes, please, go ahead. Who is talking?
Tamir.
Tamir or Amir?
Tamir.
Yes, please go ahead.
The blue line is the existing situation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously. The existing ground level is what we picked in the beginning. I pressed the get T, I got the existing ground level. Now remember that my profile, in my profile, I use object snap. So I hardly do excavation. I hardly do cut and fill. I'm starting exactly at the 0 point. It's what I've designed. If I want to show you something, let me go to the profile. This is my profile, right? If I go to the beginning, you see my design is exactly with the ground. If I take it up, let's say I take it up to this point, which is each like this is 1 meter. So I'm taking it a little bit more than 1 meter here. Okay, and I'm pressing apply. I change my design. Okay. Right now I'm in fill, right? This is the ground. This is the design. Now I'm in fill here. I'm filling here. Let me go to the cross sections. Okay, I didn't use the tire template. What I didn't do is apply to update all. I do it again. Apply, update all. I have to update the cross sections. Now it's also update the cross section, not just here. Let me see. No, it didn't. It didn't. Why it didn't? Okay. I didn't use DH somehow. DH. It didn't. What it did, it took everything down. This is strange. I have to check why it's happened. Let me fix it. 0 minus 60. Here it is. Okay. So now when I took my, this is the 1 plus something meter, which I took up. This is the 1 plus something meter, which I took up. So now this is my starting point. I'm above, I'm filling. So this is the top level, the road. This is the earthworks. This is the existing. Now the software automatically recognizes that I'm in fill situation because this is this template, so it went by 1.2 for the filling. Same here. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? This is the guy, this is the time. Even if you feel this is a stupid question, I like stupid question. Because there's no such thing, stupid question.
Yeah, I have question.
Please go ahead. Who is speaking?
Engineer Lawal.
Yes, please.
Yes. How I'm going to do the structural component in layers.
Okay. I understand that what you wanted to do is to create sub-layers here.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's not something that I'm going to demonstrate now because it will take me completely off my training, but I can write myself that maybe I will do a short demonstration in the beginning of next, we'll not practice it, but I will try to show you something in the beginning of the next training, okay? So I'm writing to myself sub-layers of the structure. So the question was how to take this structure and show it sub-layers. There's a mechanism for that, but we'll not practice it today. But I'm writing it down to myself. Yes, next question, because it will take me too long now. More questions? None. Guys, ladies, you know, I'm sitting here, I'm talking, sometimes I'm talking a lot, and I don't know if you understand or not, don't understand. It's very difficult to do training like this. I'm not complaining about myself, on the contrary, I'm complaining about you having to sit 2 hours and listen to me. But look, it's important that you ask questions because this is the only way.
I have a question.
Please, who is talking?
I'm Dareen. The red line is the base course I suppose, and the green line is the asphalt level.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So
No, this is not the
didn't
base.
catch-
This is the sorry, this is the end of the subgrade, end of the earthworks. Subbase would be somewhere here. We don't show it. This is what Lawal asked if I can show the subbase as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, more questions? Perrine?
No, thank you.
Okay. So again, this is the subgrade, end of the earthworks. We call it design. This is the end of the structure, the carriageway here. Subbase is probably 40 cm, I don't know. Depends on the structure of the road. More questions? In the option, explain the two closure, when to use them. Which of the two closure, you mean this one? Rose, is this the question? Yes, okay. Rose doesn't like to speak, but it's okay to write, there's no problem. The question was how to use this, what we call it, close design to structure, close design to existing. In fact, in our design, we will only use close design to structure. I can give you one example, what I'll do. Let me take this template, see what I'm doing. Copy. What I'll do now, I will show you in a minute, Rose. I didn't forget, but you know what? Let me continue with my lesson and then, okay. You know what? I have a better idea. I'm going to the next section, 0.25, and paste it. What I did, I was first here. I use this copy all to clipboard. It will copy all the design, the structure and the design. Go to 0.25 and press paste. Press apply. Okay. No, this is not what I want to enter into cut so I can show you what's the difference. No, I don't have a deep cut here. Everything is, I don't have a deep cut here, so I cannot show you. Okay, maybe here. Okay, Rose, to your question. This, you see, I'm in shallow cut here. I'm cutting here. If I'm using close design to existing here, by the way, I can do it specifically to this section. I'm pressing here. This is specifically for a section, and this is for the entire sections. I'm changing. If I'm using, so let me change it only here. Here and here, and press apply. See what happened. The design, again, before, let me close it. I want to show you before. I want to show the difference. This is what it used before. It's a schematic thing, and anyhow, I'm gonna end up with a ditch here, but it's not so important now. What I want to show you now, let's assume this is my end. It's a schematic thing, because at the end of the day, now, it's a question. How do we do? Because, look, this is the dibbling point, side stick. We are cutting here, we are opening the ground level. In this case, it's an existing road. We are cutting it. The existing road, I think, ends here, probably. From here to here. Yeah. This is the existing road, from here to here. I see it by the cross sections. And these are the earthworks. And I'm entering here. And for here, I'm starting. So in fact, you know, when we do the construction, we will start here. And there's no such thing, something like that. You know, no bulldozer can do that. So it's a question. Some people show it like this, or you can, if you use close to existing, either to this section or in the options, this is what you'll get. It means this is the open, you know, before it was like this and the dibbling point was here, the stick, side stick. Now the side stick is being opened because what we are saying is that first of all, we'll cut like this, and then we start paved, and this is the actual pavement that I will do. What is correct, not correct, depends who you ask. This is why we have the two options. Some people like to show it like this, some others like to show it like this. There's no right and wrong here, and I don't want to open the debate. Some will say this is the only way, the others say no, this is not correct. You have the two options, choose. Did I answer the question, Rose? Yes, okay, thanks. So I prefer not to use close design to existing because this is my practice here, so I just use it here. So again, I can change it to a specific road, or I can go into options, change it here, and then I change it completely. You'll choose. Fine. Now remember what I did. I copy from here, went to a section and paste, and then press apply and saw the result. But this is not what I want because I have many sections here. So instead of going section by section, look what I'm doing. I'm copying from this first section, going to the last section, and pasting here, and press apply. This is the last section, right? This is the last section. And now I'm doing interpolation between the first section and the last section. How do I do it? I'm pressing this button, interpolate empty sections. What the system will do, it will now go scan all the sections. Each section, it will refresh it, and if it's empty, it will interpolate it. That's it. Usually it's very fast. Yes. And now I have all the sections. What the system did, it went between the first section to the last section, in this case, to the last section. And then 0 to 25, you have data. If you have data, it will just refresh it. If you don't have the data, it will do interpolation. Here it is. Now I have all the sections. I can go one by one and have all the sections which I have. Do you have questions? Please, questions. Any questions so far? Guys, ladies, questions? None. So what I want to do now is to see the result in the layout, in the map. I'm pressing here, create layout. Here, I'm checking the layout, the contours, the distance, the triangles. What does it mean? Layout is to see the entire layout. Contours, if I want to see the design contour lines. And this is the interval which the system will create for the design contour lines. The distance is the distance between the sections, just to see it on the layout. The triangles is to create a surface out of the road, So later on, I can use this surface. I'm pressing and updating on a mouse. I'm pressing OK. Let's see the result. Here it is. This is the result. See what happened. You know what? Let me off the triangles. We don't need it. Right? OK. This is the result. What do I see? Each section, I see the elevation and the center. Sir, who is talking, please? This is the slope, side slope, 2.5% each side. This is the asphalt. This is the shoulders. These are the elevations which I've created. Okay? I hope you can get it. It's a little bit confusing. You know what I'll do? The end of the road is here, layout. I'll go to layout. You'll understand better. Layout of road number 1. Layout of road number 1. You know what? Can even go much better. And instead of this, I'll do it maybe, yeah, yellow is very. See, now it's better. You can see this is the layout, 7.5 meters each side. And this is the 1.5 meter shoulders. By the way, I think this is the edge of the former road. On the right, again, this is 7.5 meters, this is 1.5 meters, this is the edge of the former road. It's here. And these are the design contours. You remember, it starts with classic camber, and then we have a vertical curve, and then it's continue like this. And again, a vertical curve, and continue like this. So this is my layout. Before we go into practice, I want to show you something. The nice thing about the software, is that I can deal specifically with sections. First of all, you see that even the intermediate section which I've created got all the information. You see the curve, it's starting here. There's a small curve starting from here. We visit a tangent point, starts from here, and end up here. I want, for example, you remember, this is 7.5 meters. I want to take it and add 1 meter, 1.5 meters wider, these two lanes on the right, take it 1.5 meters wider when I enter the curves. Actually, I want to start it from this section, 0, 100, and end up in 0, 225. So from 0, 100 to 0 plus 225, I want the right side to be wider by 1.5 meters. Let me go to the cross sections. And I'm going to section 100. This is 100. I'm going to the structure. This is 7 meters. I'm changing it now to 8.5 meters. 8.5 meters. And since the slope side changed, I'm retyping minus 2.5. Retain the same slope. Good. And of course, I have to do the same here for the earthworks. Here it is. You see what happened? This came 8.5 meters. This remains 7. To the right, I made it wider, 8.5 meters. I changed it, not actually the template. I changed section 100. The rest have not changed. How can I project it from 100 to, we said 225, to here, until here? I have two options. I can copy and go one by one and paste. This is one option. I can do it faster. How do I do it? I'm going to the segment which I changed. This is segment 1. I'm standing on it, left click. Then I'm using right click at the mouse. It asks me send to. And I tell the software, send it to all the section from here to here with shift. And this segment now has been sent to all the sections that I've marked. And I have to do the same here. So I'm going here, 1, left click, right click, send to. 0 plus 125, 2225, okay? And to ensure that changes are being affected, I interpolate all. Because do interpolation, but also refresh all my sections. Here it is, that's it. Let's see. These have not changed, right? This is 7 meters. See here, 7 meters. 7 meters, 7 meters, 7 meters, 8.5, 8.5, n.5, 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 so on and so forth. And to 5, go back to 7 meters. I want to see the effect on the layout. I'm clicking here. Here it is, wider. So we started here, remember, until 100 is what, 7.5 meters? You see the interpolation between here and here. You see it went getting wider. Here it's 7 meters, this is 8.5. It's 8.5, 8.5, then 0.5, goes back to 7.5. I hope you got it. The main thing that I wanted to show you is that each section here is individual. You can deal on a specific use case by section. What I'm going to ask you now, I send you a practice. Use this practice to practice what we have done. Take 20 minutes, practice. If you have questions, I'm here. If you have questions, just let me know. I will be more than happy to assist. So take your time, take 20 minutes practice. You encounter problems, let me know. Let's share screens and see it together. All right, take your time. The practice are here. If someone doesn't have the practice, take it from the chat. If you don't have it, I can resend it in the chat. Any questions? Yeah, no question. Go ahead, practice, please. Use the practice. I send you a paper, practice it.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
I didn't see it in the chat. Rose, please can you send it?
Yeah.
Thank you. Honorable.
Look at the chat now.
Oh. Thank you, sir. I've seen it.
Okay.
Please, if I add an additional section by mistake, how can I delete it?
Sorry, if I have what?
I entered two cross sections, new two cross sections by mistake. I want to delete one.
Yeah. There's no problem. Can you share the screen? I will show you how.
Okay.
One second. What's the problem? Ah, on the right.
Yeah.
You have the eraser below. Go below.
Yeah, this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Click.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Someone, please off your mic.
Okay.
I hope you are doing well. If you have questions, I'm here. Yes, please.
Hello? Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I want to ask on Earthworks calculation. When I know by cross section, but I want to ask by plane. Say you have a spot, you have some spot heights, either in cutting or for fill. You have points before and points after work, and you want to calculate the volume of Earthworks. Can you demonstrate the procedure?
It's not part of the agenda, but I've written to myself, you know what I'll do when we finish this meeting, the one that want to stay, I will do a short demonstration.
Okay. Okay.
Meanwhile, how is the practice?
Yeah, it's going well.
I hope you are practicing what we're doing.
Yeah, but I have issue. I'm yet to sort out with Marina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, ladies, let's go back. Let's continue. Let's continue with our meeting. Okay, I hope all of you succeeded to practice. I'm sharing my screen again. One second. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. Can you see the screen? Gal, can you see the screen?
Yes, we can see.
Okay.
We can see.
Okay. Meanwhile, while you were practicing, I did something else. What I did, I took one of the brake line which was here. And since this is the road edge, I created a new layer in AutoCAD. I call it existing road. You can see it. And I changed this polyline to mark for me where is the existing road. So this is the existing road, and this is what the rest is what we are doing. Now I want to project this existing road on my cross sections. So I'm going to cross sections. And I want to see the road here. What I'm doing, I'm clicking here on a button named Get Reference by Layer. I click on it. The system asks me which layer. So I press select and I select the layer. Existing road, and I press OK. What the system will do now, it will scan this layer. Okay, it was very fast. And all the cross section which intersect with this leg will be interpolated. See what happened. You see what happened? The system scan existing layer, I call it existing road layer, and convert it into offsets and distance from the center line. So I can actually show on the road the existing, I can see it. The existing road.
Sorry, sir.
Yes, please.
Hello, sir. Please, can you just repeat, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Who asked me to repeat?
It's Rose, sir.
Rose. Yes.
Yes, sir.
You remember we talked about that this is an existing road which we are rehabilitating or make it wider or whatever. And the yellow lines are the lines in AutoCAD. This is regular AutoCAD that mark the borders, they mark the existing road. This is the existing road. This and this. You see the thick yellow lines. How did I get them? I just used, I went to do break lines. You see, this is a break line. For example, let me show you. This is a break line here. I change it to a layer which I've created in before. I just created it in AutoCAD. Here it is. Okay, so this is what I've done here. Why I've done it? Because I want to see the asphalt of the existing road and to project it on the cross sections. After doing this, I went to do my cross sections. And in my cross sections, what I've done, it's not so important on which section I'm doing, I pressed this button, Get Reference by Layer. I click on it. The system asks me, which layer are you referring to? I can select it from the list, or I can press select and just select it here on the drawing. One of the polyline, it's not so important, just to identify the layer. Here it is, existing road. If I press OK here, now the system will go along the road, and for each cross section, when the cross section intersect with this layer, the system will automatically translate it into offsets. And the result is what we see here. For example, this one. These are the borders of the existing road. And this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, so on and so forth. Did you got it, Rose? Rose?
Sam, okay, thank you.
All right. More questions about what I did? None. Okay. If you are writing, I cannot see you now, so you have to speak up. Good. Now, I want to create a side ditch here. To create side ditches along for the drainage. For example, here. How do I do it? I'm going to the lower left table and change it into left ditch. I'm going to the right side table and change it into right ditch. So I have left ditch and I have right ditch. Left side, right side. In the left side, I'm starting by defining the ditch. This is the table. So I'm telling to myself, first of all, the depth. I'm telling you, if you're in cut, this is fill. So let's start in fill. In fill, from the side stick, you see it says, from the side stick, from here, I want you to create a ditch in the depth of 0.6 meter. If you are in cut, do the same. If you are in cut, do the same. The ditch size will be, the left embankment of the ditch will be at slope of 1 to 2. The right embankment of the ditch will be also 1 to 2. And the bottom width, it will be a trapezic ditch with 0.5 meter width. Here it is. This is the ditch, 1 to 2, 0.5, 1 to 2, and the depth, 60 meter. I hope you got it. Questions? Questions? Akim, did you got it? Akim, did you get it? Akim is not here. Tamir, is it okay?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. So this is the definition. Now, I can copy this data and paste it to all the sections, but I don't want to do it. So I'm using the same style that we used before. How do I do it? I'm going here to this cell, right click. It will give me a pop-up which I will ignore. Then it will say, send the whole ditch to other sections? Yes. To which section? All. That's it. It was sent. Let's interpolate to make sure that everything is refreshed. That's it. 0, 35, 37. See here, I'm in cut. See here? I'm in cut. So the 0.6 starts from here. This is 0.6 from this point. This is 0.6, right? So in cut, it will use this information. Now, someone might ask, I'm trying to show you situation. This power level, it's not this. Okay, yeah, maybe this one. Yeah, this one. Oh, this one is also. Not this one. Maybe this one. Yeah, okay. I'm looking, because what is the difference between this and this? This says from here go 60 cm. But sometimes, and because this is cut, but sometimes because of the ground level surface or because of the structure that goes up, which is at the edge of cut and fill here, even from here to here, it's less than 60 cm. So this is this one. This tells the software that even if from the edge in cut to the bottom, it's not 60 cm, you always secure the 60 cm from the ground level. So if it was a little bit higher, let's say here, and from here it goes 60 cm, but then it's not 60 cm, then the software will automatically take it down, so to secure the 60 cm depth. I hope it's clear. I don't have a sample here. I need to have a specific to show you, but this is why automatically it goes to 60, to say that in these special occasions, the system will always protect 60 cm. You can cancel it, but always protect the 60 cm depth. Now I'll do the same to the right. So let me stand on the first section. And again, 2, bottom 0.5, 0.6 meter, 0.6 meter. Here it is. And again, left click here, right click with the mouse, ignore this message. Send the whole ditch, yes, all, and interpolate to rebuild, to refresh all the sections. Here it is. All the sections are now there, secured. Obviously, if I want to see the ditch on the layout, just press the layout button. Here it is. Now we can see the entire, what happened here? Probably I have an empty section. Wait, where was it? Which section is it? I'll check later on. From 75. 75. Let's say 75. 75 is, I didn't do something. I removed it when I practiced earlier. So it's my bad. How to fix it? Click here. 0 plus 0.75. Okay, I practiced the delete when I showed to Darren yesterday. Not yesterday, 2 minutes ago. Okay, 75, get data. And I don't even need to interpolate it. Since it's only one section, I copy from here to 75. Paste, apply. Here is 75, let's see the layout. Perfect. Okay. So I've done my entire road. This is the left ditch. This is the right ditch, right? There is no ditch here. Probably we're in minimum level. There is a ditch here. It's just too shallow, so it doesn't show the slope. It continues like this. Okay, good. But now I want to show you something. See. The profile starts like this, right? It goes this direction. You see the water. Let's look at the water flow. It goes. Some water are flowing here. Go to the junction, so it'll be a culvert somewhere here. And some, I'm going down here all along. Okay, here I need to create some kind of a culvert as well. But let's assume I want the ditch to continue this side up till here. See, it's going here, from here, it's going all the way. So in short, I want to change the ditch depth, invert level, go all the way. The hard way to do it is go to the cross section and start changing the depth of the left side ditch at each section, right? We are talking about from here, from 0 plus 225. So I can go to 0225 and change it specifically. But I have a better method. I'm closing. And I'm going into the vertical alignment. Since I have a ditch, the software automatically creates 2 layers. I often can see them. These layers. One is the left ditch and one is the right ditch. You can see it. I'm talking about the left ditch. You know what? I'm talking about the left ditch is yellow. Okay, you can, okay, what I did practice before I work with you, so I already changed the profile, but let's see it. I go to the left ditch, the one that I want to change. Okay, this is the left ditch. This is the data of the left ditch before I change it. This is my left ditch. It's under the green. And we said from here, I want to go all the way instead of going up like we saw. Okay, usually I would do a culvert here, but just for the demonstration, I will do from here, going a small slope that goes all the way up to here. It's not practical, a lot of cut would be here, but just for example. What I'm gonna do, see what I'm doing. I'm changing here from the center line, where I used to be, which is the table, which I see here, to ditch left. So see what happened. The ditch left table is showing here. See the ditch depth? Ditch depth, ditch left table, it shows here. These are the data. This is the data of the invert level at each 25, each of my sections. Now what I'm doing, I want from here, from this point. This point is to which section is it? 225. From here, 225. From here, I want to go by a shallow slope until the end. So I'm going to 225. Where is it? This is 225. This is the last one. All this going forward, 250, 275, 30, 32, 32. I don't need them. So what I'm doing, I'm standing on the serial number on 12 and hitting the delete in my keyboard. Just deleting the segments one by one. Just click delete. I delete all of them. I just deleted the segments. And now I create only one segment at the end of the road. How do I know the end of the road? I can see it here. 534.141, it says here. 534.141. Either I know the invert level. If no, I can just add the slope. Go by 0.2%. Very cheap. Also. This is the elevation at the end. Press apply and update all. Okay, to see this, okay, you can see it here. See it? Here it is. This is the new ditch. If you want to see the entire drawing change, I can just close and go back to the profile. And then it will even refresh the ditch itself. Here it is, yellow. See, this is the ditch which I created from this point. I remember, this is the right ditch. I didn't deal with it. I only changed the left ditch. I changed the left ditch. I cleaned all the segments here and just create a segment here and here. Already, when I enter again, if I go to ditch left, you'll see with the system. Oh, guys, the one with the mic, please off it. Someone is making a lot of noise. Okay. So each 25 meter, now the software automatically calculates each 25 meter, calculated for me. If I go now to the cross sections, if I go to the cross sections and look at those, you remember it's from 25, it's not here, 25 is here. See what's happened to the ditch. You see, it's getting deeper and deeper. You see the ditch. Yeah, the problem is that I don't have enough existing ground level. So what I'll do, go to options, tell the software, cut the ground level minus 50 meters to the left instead of 20. And again, get existing. And interpolator to rebuild the sections. Here it is. See? 350, 375, 400, 25, 50. Okay? Or the ditch. Actually, if I go to the left ditch here, you see that the depth was automatically changed from the profile. It was cut from the profile. So if I will refresh my layout, okay, I did a small mistake here. I have to rectify between 225 to 250, but the rest is okay. See? Oh, here. Up till this point. Questions? Questions? Okay, take, let's say, 10 minutes to practice second practice, and then we'll continue to show you some few more things, and then we close the session. Take 10 minutes exactly to try and practice the side ditch things which I did. Please go ahead. Take your time. Thank you. Take 10 minutes to practice. Practice 2. We are on practice 2. Okay. Okay, we don't have much time, so I want to achieve some more things. What I'll do now, let me save the project. What I'll do now is I will, first of all, calculate the volumes, earthworks along this road. So it's very simple. All of you, please listen up. We don't have much longer, so please listen up. I'm going to roads, earthworks, here. In the window on the right, I press apply. I'm getting the volumes, cut and fill for each cross section, and the total accumulative, I'm getting it here. I can print it or export to Excel. If I have stripping, if I'm stripping the topsoil, I can click strip by, let's say, 15 cm. In this case, the road also. And I apply. Sorry, and I have to press include. Okay. So the total software took 15 cm in fill and 60 cm in cut and remove it for my volumes. And here showed me the total stripping area. The total stripping area. If I want just to show the ditches without to exclude the ditches from the road to be calculated separately, this will be the road. This is the stripping, and this is the ditches. These are the ditches volume separately. I hope you got it. So it's very simple, just road, horizontal align, or roads, earthworks, apply when I have with stripping, with ditches, or exclude the ditches. What else? Now, I want to take you out of this. You know what? Let's continue with this one, and then later on I will show one example which I was asked about. What I want to do now is to divide this drawing into frames for printouts. So please listen carefully. We are using something that we call FrameMaker. It is a designated module, so please listen carefully. How do I do it? I'm going to General, Frames Maker. Remove all. Okay. And here, first of all, I'm pressing Options to define the page size. Page size, in my case, I choose A0. You can choose whatever you want, A3, A0, no division at all, A0. And the second one is which scale I want to print. I said 1 to 200, 250, 1 to 250. You can change it to 1 to 500, whatever. I press OK. The next thing that I'm doing, I'm clicking this button, Locate Frame on Drawing. Coming to the drawing, selecting the lower left corner. This is This is my frame, first frame. I will move it a little bit from here. This is my first frame. The second frame, I'm using copy. From here, this is the overlap. And the last one is this one. I have 3 frames for this road. I organize them. But they are not framed yet. They are just polygons. So I'm going here, frames maker, select the first, you see it says frame number 1. This one, I call it frame number 1. I select it and press enter. I'm pressing the new button which sits here. Select the second frame. Pressing the new button sitting here, select, set. So I have 1, 2, 3 frames. And I'm pressing apply. Pressing OK and waiting. Here it is. 1, 2, 3. It's ready. I can off the frame, actually, which there is it. This is unused. Let's fresh it. Where is it? Oh, it's a current layer. Make it 0 the current layer. Okay. This is the one. What else? I see the software created some garbage here. I have to remove it. Erase. I was outside of the space. Okay. Yeah. Each section has the frames itself. This is P frame. Let's make it. Okay, now it's better. So this is what I want to print. What do I do to print? Print, upload, whatever. And then my paper, first of all, my printer, I will print it to PDF. I'm using a software named Bullzip. I recommend you to download it, it's free. And choose a 0. And the one that I want to select, this one, I want to print this one. From this point to this point, sorry. Good, let's preview. Here it is. This is the one for 250, which I'm gonna print. By the way, very important on printing. ZWCAD or ZWCAD Civil or CivilCAD has 2 methods. If you go to File, Configuration, and you go to Drawing Environment, there are 2 methods. You see, use AutoCAD or CAD paper space with scale 1:1. Use AutoCAD paper space with custom scale. By the way, the default is the second one. I change it to 1-to-1. This is specifically for this thing. If I'm using 1-to-1, when I'm going to print from here, like I did, after selecting and everything, I don't need to do anything on the scale. It remains 1-to-1. If I'm using the second option, this option, I have to recreate. Let's go to model and apply. Now it will recreate, but not at 1-to-1, but at true scales. Okay. If now I want to print, again, I'm using the second method now. I didn't save. Okay. Yeah. So let's choose again. Boot zip 080. This is what I chose. The window. Let me print the last one. This one. Okay. Now in this case, since I'm using true scale, I have to enter here 1, and my scale is 1-to-200. So I'm entering 1-to-250. And I'll get the same results. So these are two different methods. It's also important, you can use whichever you want. I can create my PDF on the desktop. Let's say it on the desktop. Okay, here it is. This is my PDF created. To deeper color for this. See, the colors are very bright. Okay, I'll do it later on. Any questions? Anyone? Questions? Any question about this issue of frames maker? This is the time. Any question about this tool of frames maker? So the one last thing that I want to say about the frame maker, that you can even rotate it. For example, if I want to change this one and rotate it a little bit. Sorry, rotate, right? What's the problem? Base point is, let's do it from here. Okay. And I want to rotate it like this and move it from here, here. And this is the second one. So I'm going to the second frame in the list, select, and select the second frame. If I will apply now, let's see what happened to the second frame. You see, it aligned according to my baseline. So in fact, let me show you. 1 second. LA. You can see it here. Different. Okay, it aligned accordingly. and the north is now this direction. Yeah. Any questions about what you just saw? No questions. No questions. Okay, okay. Before we are closing the session for today, someone asked me a question. Someone asked me, can you demonstrate charge if I have two survey? One, I don't know who asked this question. If I ground before and ground after, which I surveyed. Let me try to do something. For example, I create a new project. I will do it very fast. It's not part of the program. I finished the lesson for today, but if you want to stay and learn, I'll do it very fast. I'll open a new folder. I'll call it surface, this surface. Two surfaces, each other. And SVS. It's a new project. And I'm loading the existing. Well, I have to look for something. I think in samples, I have something like that. Let me go to samples. Documents. And maybe this one. So first of all, I have the existing ground level. I don't think this is the one. This is a big one. Let me try again. Maybe in Earthworks one. Yeah, this is a small one. Yeah, I think this is a good one. So I have 168 points, which I surveyed, which is the existing ground level. And I create contours. So I go here, create contours, which also create the surface. 0.5, maximum interpolation, 60 meters. Here it is. And now I'm going to design coordinates. And here, I'm loading points which I surveyed after they did the excavations here, cut and fill. So Earthworks, I'm reading again another file here. Here it is. So one was loaded into topography and the second one to the design. You see the white is the design. Existing is these points. Like I did topography contours, now I'm going to design contours. And I'm entering again 0.5 like I did in the existing. And same 16 for maximum interpolation length. And I press apply. Okay, these are the contour in the new contour lines. Actually, let me see if I can show the borders. Okay. If you want, I can show you the triangle, the area which was covered. Okay. I use 60. That's 60 was not enough here. This is the area which was covered. So there's some design contours here. Probably this is a flat surface here. We did a flat surface here, flat surface here. Actually, let me show you something. I can use design section, pick from here to here so you can understand. This is what we are seeing. Okay? This is more or less flat, so I don't see contours. This is more or less flat. And this is the slope. So I have two surfaces. Now, how do I calculate the volume between them? Go to Earthworks, General, Apply. And I see cut is this, fill is this. Cut and fill volume appears here. If I want, I can even tell the software divide it into a grid of 5 by 5 meter. And get each square cut and fill volume and the accumulative at the end. Okay, so these are the cut and fill of each one. If it's too big, you go to options, go into volumes here, the font size. Adjust it to this scale, 150, and apply. Sorry, I had to show them to affect something. Okay. Filters. Now it's much better. Each corner I see the end, the existing, the design or to as made, the existing and the difference, and so on. Of course, if it's on different layers, I can give it colors and so on. I hope you got it, although I did it quite fast, but it's not part of the training, but since it was raised, this is the way to do it. Guys, ladies, we are finishing today. Now for next week,